the more explosive you are in these movements, then the better. Glutes burning, chest out. I gotta explode now. 7, 5. Sometimes counting is motivating. 4. Sometimes it's not. Alright, so the idea today is to figure out what kind of workout we can do with just a single dumbbell. I'm going to use a 40 because it's relatively heavy but not too heavy. So whatever is relatively heavy for you would be ideal for this series of exercises. Now what I'm thinking about here is getting a full body workout in a really short period of time with some high intensity movements. So the more explosive you are in these movements, then the better. But again, if you're going to be explosive in movements, you need to have a relatively heavy weight. If you do it with something too light, then you're not really being explosive, you're just moving fast, and that's going to be more for cardio and muscle toning. Whereas I want to really give these muscles something to deal with. I want to put some stress and strain on them because it's going to be not really fully strength training, but I want to build up some muscle with these series of exercises. So I'm going to do upper body, lower body, and some abs and obliques as well. So here we go. No further ado. Here's my 40. I'm going to start off with some squats to curls. I'm squatting and I'm curling. My chest is out. My back is straight. I'm breathing out as I come up. I like these for warm-ups because it's a compound movement. You get your lower body involved and your upper body involved. Also, I'm not really big on numbers, so I try to get both sides an equal amount of work. If the spirit moves me, I'll try to keep up sometimes, but I've got a pretty good sense of what's about 10, what's about 15 reps. When I get up to 20, I'll start counting 20 seconds. Normally, I'm at about a rep a second. So I'll just count out seconds and be approximately 20 reps. But I say that to say this, that if you count and I'm off by 1 or 2 on whatever side, then just know that I know that it's an art, not a science for me. I like to do it for fun, and I don't like to think too much. And I find that it don't really matter. If you're in a ballpark, it's all good. So I went curls first. I went shoulder press second. Now I'm curl to shoulder press. Curl to shoulder press. The legs pumping the whole time. If you look at me from the side, when I hit that squat, my hips go back. Don't drop like this, but like this. Let me get this camera on my feet a little bit better. Alright. Now, as I go down, this is how low I get. Head up, chest out, reach. So that's kind of like my warm-up for this type of exercise, which, like I say, is really short in duration, but designed to be relatively intense, incorporate a lot of muscles at once that I'll later isolate. Stretching out isn't that big of a concern as most people think it is, especially once you're conditioned. Stretching out too much during your pre-workout phase actually can cause your muscles to not perform as well during the exercise phase. So what you'll see me do is, in between some sets, I might just shake it out, circle it out, might do some quick dynamic stretches, chest, arms, lower back. Eventually I'll get to doing some leg stretches here. Real quick, in and out, in and out. Those are a lot of compound movements. I'm gonna move on and then start isolating each of those areas that we just worked. So when I string these series of exercises together, you're gonna notice that I'm not gonna be having breaks in between. That's going to be where some of the intensity comes in. If I start breathing hard, that's the cardiorespiratory endurance kicking in, because doing explosive movements with not heavy weight, but relatively heavy weight, and I am switching exercises, not giving myself really a chance to recover in between. But that's all part of this quick, limited equipment type of workout that I'm doing. As you can see right here in the living room, just not that much equipment. All you need is a little bit of space. All right, isolation. I'm coming off to a little plyometric jump. I'm not going too high and too hard, partially because I'm going to do a lot, and the other reason is because I'm not on the first floor. Straight to curls. Notice that back is straight. I'm not doing this. All bicep. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we did shoulder presses the last time. You know what? I'll go straight to shoulder presses. I'm gonna put in triceps in between the curls and the shoulder presses. If you do that though, keep in mind that you are using your shoulder on the shoulder press. Rather, you're using your tricep on the shoulder press as this muscle back here. So if you fatigue your triceps before you do this, then you may get less work in your shoulder and more in your tricep, because your tricep will have already been fatigued, so that the failure will be a result of fatigued triceps rather than fatigued shoulder. Now, that's fine if you're trying to work your triceps, because then you want your triceps to be fatigued, transitioning through all these exercises. But since we just warmed up shoulders with shoulder press, then I want to stick on those shoulders as the primary focus of the exercise. Okay, however many of these tricep extensions I just hit, I'm going to hold this behind my head right here, not down here, but up, and I'm going to pulse on my toes. That's going to make my arms pulse. That's going to put pressure on my triceps. That's going to fatigue them. Then I push them. I got to explode now. 7, 6, 5. Sometimes counting is motivating. 4. Sometimes it's not. 3. Dig. 2. Dig. 1. Yeah. All right. Now, just because I don't feel like doing the same thing over again, I'm going to do a modification of some of those exercises. I'm just going to mix it up. So I'm coming across the chest now. So I'm curling, but I'm curling across the chest. So all your muscles operate off of joint action. So when the joint action is slightly modified, you're slightly modifying the muscle group that you're working. In this case, I'm isolating biceps, but I'm working a different part. So when I'm here, a lot of this is working. And when I'm here, it's a lot of this muscle on the outside here. So also getting some forearm in there. Set up, turning over here. I'll keep this palm facing me. I'll push up. Switch them. I didn't forget. 10 of them. 9 of them. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. All right, legs. Let's do it. Hips go back. And get low. Check me out on the side. Low. Now I would throw in some plyometric jumps with this. I'm just not sure if that's making noise for my downstairs neighbors. So I'm gonna give them a break and give my legs, unfortunately, a little break as well by not doing those. So what I'm gonna substitute them with, everybody's favorite exercise when there's some deadlifts. Way I'm gonna hit them is put this weight in one hand, get this on my feet. I'm gonna come down. See, my feet are gonna be that far apart, inside my shoulders. I want you to see it from the side though. I want you to see the J in my back. Slightly bent knees, slightly bent, chest out, hips back. And there's the J in my back. Stand directly over this. Grab it. Weights lined up. Right hand, right leg. Weights right there. From here, I'm gonna lift with these and this, not with this. So it's not this, but it's this. My weight's back on my heels. So I'm here, bomb. Squeeze the hips, drive them forward. 10, 9, get low. 8, squeeze it. 7. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Switch arms. One. Then I'm gonna burn them up. Put that little pulse on there. Hey, get the legs burning, glutes burning, chest out, shoulders back. Get that pressure off your back. Get low. Make it burn some more. Hey, get back down on it. 3, 2, down. All right. Now, that was pretty good. See, I got me a nice little sweat going. Muscles are fired up. I'm actually ready to go. But I don't think I'm gonna do a full workout. I'm trying to keep this at around 10 minutes, just for posing purposes. But I ran over a little bit, so I'm gonna cut out the full body. Just make it about compound movements, cross training. That's getting into cardio, plyometrics, strength training, muscular endurance, lower body, upper body. We didn't deal too much with the back. We'll do in the future. We can isolate shoulders, isolate chest, and as I start experimenting with these different exercises and doing them before it gets too late, I can find out what my downstairs neighbors can handle and see when we can start getting up here to this ceiling up here. Let me show you these high ceilings. We're gonna touch that ceiling. Touch that ceiling. Oh, it's high. Oh, it's high. Oh, it's super high. I'm not gonna touch the ceiling. Not that ceiling anyway. But about where a normal ceiling can be. You want to squat, fire up, reach that thing. All right, good folks. Holla.